Guys, we'll be watching 10 men that you will not believe exist. Let me turn it down. If you guys want it up or down, it don't matter.
Have fun with friends in huge casino. Play amazing games for free now.
It's a commercial. 20 men you will not believe it actually
exist. You won't
exists.
believe actually exists. Number 21 will blow your mind. Number 20.
The nickname Happy isn't hard to understand once you get a look at Carlos Happy Rodriguez.
Oh my God.
Is essentially missing the top half of his head. Carlos was not born this way. Instead, the injury was sustained during a car accident. The young man hit a pole and was thrown through the front windshield and landed on his head at only 14 years of age. He attributes the accident to his use of drugs at the time, and now he uses his obvious
Oh my God, how did that happen?
Others avoid drugs in their own lives, at least while driving. Seriously, next time you think about drinking and driving, just remember this dude's head.
Number 19.
To be the shortest man is quite an accomplishment.
Oh my
and
God.
Chandra Ballawing has recently taken
Yeah,
that
bad guy.
title after the death of Chandra Bahadur Dangi, who, until his passing, held the title. Living in the Philippines, Chandra is 23.6 inches and weighs only 11 pounds. This means that he is 7 centimeters shorter than the next living short man. Fascinatingly, Chandra grew
Okay,
until
I'm
the
back.
age of 1,
I'm back.
at which point he essentially stopped all growth. Born in 1993, Chandra is now 22 years old. All in all, Chandra lives quite a normal life.
Oh my God,
He
he's
had a beard
small.
on his 18th birthday before the Guinness World Record ceremony, announcing him as the shortest man. And of course, he can't wait to fall in love and get married.
Number 18.
At 24 years old, Nick Stolborough holds the Guinness record for the longest tongue in the world. Calm down, ladies. From the edge of his mouth, the tongue measures 3.97 inches to the tip. Adrian Lewis reportedly has a longer tongue at 4 inches, but she has not been officially judged. Stolborough is the right guy for a long tongue, showing it off almost as much as Miley Cyrus shows off hers.
Number 17.
Merhan Karimi Naseri is famous for reasons other than physical attributes. In fact, the reason he's so unbelievable is actually quite sad. Naseri, who hails from Iran, lived for almost 18 years in France's Charles de Gaulle Airport. My flight's been delayed 1 hour! In fact, the only reason he left the terminal after this time was that he required hospitalization. This strange existence stems from a long story. Long story short, Naseri was a refugee who had lost his papers. With no documentation, there was no chance of him entering France, but
Bro, I'm not
also
using your data.
no chance of him
Oh.
returning to Iran, from where he had been exiled. His life even inspired the Tom Hanks movie, The Terminal.
Terminal.
Number 16.
According to the Guinness World Records,
Whoa.
Gary Turner has the stretchiest skin in the world. Of his stretchy skin,
That's
it is his stomach which can be
disgusting.
stretched the farthest, to a total of 6¼ inches from his body. Gary's
my
elastic skin is
God.
caused by a medical condition called Ehlers-Danlos
What?
syndrome, which also affects his internal organs and ligaments. He shares that the stretchy skin is in no way painful, but the condition does hurt his joints. However, the chances of ending up with such skin is rare, as Gary's condition only affects 1 in 100,000 people, and even then, it rarely leads to such a distension of the skin.
Yeah.
Number 15.
Tran Van Hey has been known as
Hey
the
guys, I'm back. I had to find a pencil for my
According
homework.
to his wife, he had not cut his hair for over 50 years before he died. At the time of Tran Van Hay's death, his hair was over 22 feet 4 inches long and weighed over 23 pounds. Part of that weight may have come from dirt, since his hair was
Oh, wow.
reportedly washed very infrequently.
His hair
For
is huge.
example, it
He
has
looks
been
like
11 years
Rapunzel.
since he'd washed his hair
Rapunzel!
away at the age of 79. The man
Hey
used
guys,
to
I have to
pile
finish
all
my
the hair in his
homework. I'm
head
in
when
5th grade.
traveling
This
or
stuff is
working,
like very
and I can
hard.
only imagine that it must have given him a bit
I
of a
did.
headache.
I picked the
As
wrong
for the
day
reason for
to
Tran's
do a
long hair,
YouTube
his
video.
wife credits his fear of becoming sick after getting a haircut, which had happened several times previously.
Number 14.
While his stomach might
Oh
not be
my
as
God.
stretchy as Gary Turner's is, Francisco Domingo Joaquim has still got a pretty stretchy part of his body.
Oh my God! How is
At
so
20
weird?
years old, Francisco is proud to be called the man
Oh my
with the
God!
widest mouth
What
in
is
the
that?
world. He used to show off his mouth's width with tricks on the streets of Luanda, the
Ew!
capital of Angola,
Ew!
and later
Ew.
became world famous through videos posted on YouTube.
He can fit a whole
His
can
mouth
in his
measures
mouth.
in at 6.7 inches wide, and he has even fit an entire can of soda sideways
What?
into his mouth.
Number 13.
There are a few lengths that men care about on their bodies, but Ram Singh Chauhan takes the cake for the longest mustache in the world. In fact,
Mustache?
he has
It's not
himself described the growth of
mustache.
his mustache as a man thing. His stash measures in at 14 feet, and the black
Holy
facial hair has
crap.
not been cut in over 30 years. Ram Singh shares that growing long mustaches is a custom in his family and clan, with both his son and father also growing long mustaches. However, they don't all take it to the same extreme he has. And ladies, you know what they say about a man with a long mustache? That is nasty, cut it.
Oh, whoa, watch your
Brian Shaw
language.
is often cited as the strongest man in the world. It doesn't seem overly surprising that he has
He
come
cannot
in the
lift
top
that.
5 in strongman
I doubt it.
competitions every year since 2011.
I doubt
Not
it.
only that, he's also come
Oh
in
my
first
God.
place in 2011,
20.
2013,
Well, that's
and
only 20
2015. Born in Colorado, USA, Brian now stands at 6'8" and weighs 425 pounds. As big as he is, he talks about the challenges of flying, including a 12-hour plane ride to Japan.
What?
Oh, hell no! I mean, yeah, sure.
Dude,
He's grown
that's
to
a
a point where he
freaking
can squat
language.
800 pounds, bench press 525 pounds, and deadlift 880 pounds without the aid of straps.
No.
Number 11.
The story of Sanju Baga is not for the faint of heart. As a young man, it was discovered that Sanju actually had a twin inside him. Sanju recalls that he was
Okay,
always
should I turn
self-conscious
this
of his
off?
larger than normal belly, but it was not until it became a medical issue that it was discovered that he had his own twin living inside him when he was only 36 years old. Of course, surgery was performed and the twin removed. The incredibly rare condition is called fetus in fetu and occurs when one fetus actually grows inside another. In the 90 known cases, the situation is usually that both twins will die from the strain of the experience, but in this case, Sanju lived.
Okay, guys, I'm done with my homework.
Turkish man Mehmet Ozuric has one that seems to be bigger than any other living person's. His nose, that is. In 2010, the Guinness World Records measured his nose, and it came in at a whopping
Right back. I have to put my homework up.
3.46 inches
Oh my God,
long
that's a
when
big
measured
nose.
from the tip to the bridge.
Number 9.
He's been dubbed the Tree Man, and the nickname isn't far from the truth since Dede Kaswara's condition is caused by a fungus. Dede has a rare disorder that makes him very susceptible to the human papillomaviruses, HPVs, that can be found on the skin. Imagine a cold sore but all over your body, because that's essentially what Dede is living with. While Dede has had surgery for his tree-like condition, the warts and horns return, meaning that surgery would be necessary more than once per year in order to actually keep them at bay.
Number 8.
Hailing from Zagreb in Croatia, Goran Čolak holds,
so
somewhat
sorry.
literally, the record on holding his breath for the
Might have
longest
been
time.
mean.
A free diver by trade, Čolak has held his breath for 23 minutes and 1 second. Never mind.
20? No, we
He's breathing
didn't.
pure oxygen before
I doubt it.
therefore holds the
Guys, put in the
technical title of
description
static
below if
apnea
you
on
think
pure
that-
oxygen world record.
Or comment me and
Larry and
think
Danny
that these
Gomez
people
are well-
exist or not.
Introducing the USAA Limitless Cashback Rewards Credit Card. Get 2.5% cashback on every purchase. No caps, no categories, no annual fee.
categories.
Only from USAA.
You know, you feel like you're on Instagram?
Well recognized by their faces. That's because they have incredibly hairy faces. So hairy that the Guinness
Oh,
World
that's hairy.
Records have
It's a
declared them,
bird.
along with the rest of their 19-person family, to be the hairiest family in the world. The Gomezes have been studied for the condition, which has affected all 5 generations of the family.
Oh my
Called
God.
congenital generalized hypertrichosis, it is the men who are hit the hardest, with
Hypertrichosis.
98% of their bodies covered in thick, usually black hair.
Oh
However,
my
while
God.
their faces have more hair, their body hair is still not as extensive as Yu Zhenwan's. Larry, who has a party equipment business, and Danny, who works in the Mexican circus, have hair on all parts of their bodies besides their hands and their feet. The women, on the other hand, get away with lighter and slightly sparser coating. Their cousin, Jesus Aceves, says he shaved his face twice but didn't like the look of it because his face was left with a bluish-purple appearance. And Danny doesn't think he'll shave. He says, "I know who I am inside. I am the same as everybody except what people see on my face." His ex-girlfriend Lucy said she found his hair to be quite sexy.
Number 6.
The tallest man on our planet, Sultan Kosin, is 8 feet 3 inches tall. A 32-year-old Turkish national, Sultan has lived a relatively normal life, recently marrying and even stopping his growth as a normal person does. Only in the case of Sultan, his growth was stopped with the support of doctors. Still, his extreme
He's
height has
8
led him
foot
to a
tall?
life of celebrity, including appearances on many shows and his own Guinness World Record.
Number 5.
Master Now is short. Hey now. 16 inches short. Not only that, the elderly gentleman is also unable to move without the aid of his wheelchair. He holds the record, therefore, for the shortest man in the immovable category. Living in his home country of Nepal, Master Now says he enjoys food and going out, but that the latter can be difficult since crowds of people often form to meet him, take pictures, and ask questions about his short stature.
Jesus.
Hu Ki-yong has got a pretty unique hobby. He pushes a running drill against his body. A biochemical engineer who measures
Dude,
the
you can
pressure
die
of
from
Hu
that.
Ki-yong's
I'm
hands
gonna
Against the drill
end
as
the
he did
video
his
soon.
has asserted that real
This don't
force
look
is
good.
being
Okay,
exerted
I'm gonna end the
against this
video.
guy's skull
Bye.
and stomach.
Please.